Every knee shall bow and every tongue confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. Hallelujah. Jesus is Lord. He will always be Lord. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get started with Young People Day. Giving praise to the Lord. At this time, we're gonna have prayer. Malik McIntyre. Sorry. Hallelujah.
Bow your head and repeat the Lord's Prayer after me. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen.
All right, at this time, we're going to have a scripture by Victor Burley.
I'm coming from the book of Proverbs, 3rd chapter, 4th and 5th verse. A wise to give title to the simple, to a young man, and knowledge and direction. A wise man will hear and will increase learning. A man of understanding shall attend unto wise counsels.
Amen. Thank you. Hallelujah. And at this time, we're going to have a poem by Sister Jessica Marshall.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Okay, the title of this poem is The Cross. As a symbol of my faith that strengthens me each day, as I, by God's grace, walk the narrow way. You see, God's own Son, He gave His life for me and took my debt of sin to a place called Calvary. I owe Him my life and all I'll ever be. All that He asks is that I'll let Him live through me. So I run the race, empowered by His grace, and give Him all the glory as I look into His face. Amen. Jesus is Lord. Amen.
Hallelujah. All right. And I'll ask to just leave a word. It ain't going to be long. I kind of want to get you in the mind of, pretty much anything you buy these days, it comes with some type of warranty. But kind of the ones you kind of want to stay away is the as-is warranties. But anyway, you think about all the things that God said He has for us. Let me just read. If you got your Bibles, turn to Deuteronomy 28:1. Because even when, like, you go certain places, if you have they say a full-time life warranty, you can do things to make that warranty non-effect. You can kill that warranty by not doing as you're supposed to, or getting them checks and things like that. But I'm just gonna read a couple of them. I'm sure everybody know it, but Deuteronomy 28:1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all His commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Blessed shall thou be in the city, and blessed shall thou be in the field. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thine kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. Blessed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shalt thou be comest out. This is like a warranty, that God has for those who will do as He commanded them to do. If you obey the Lord and all things that He commanded us to do, if you follow Him to a T, He's saying, like in the second verse, it say, all these blessings shall come over thee and overtake thee. But like I said, if you sin or do anything and go against God's will, you can void that. On the reverse side of that, if you don't, you're gonna be cursed by everything else. It's gonna be cursed. He outlines that too. I kind of, I think about that. When they say the blessings overtake thee, I'm gonna go to another passage in Second Kings. I just want to talk about those blessings that overtake you. If you serve the Lord, I'm gonna give you where the man had died, but he was a servant of the Lord, and his wife, but I just read it. 2 Kings 4th chapter, and I'm gonna begin at the first verse. Just get you in mind, what those warranties, because the man served the Lord. But let me just read it. Now there cried a certain woman of the wives of the sons of the prophets unto Elijah, saying, Thy servant, my husband, is dead, and thou knowest that thy servants did it fear the Lord, and the creditor is come to take unto him my 2 sons to be bondsmen. And Elijah said unto her, What shall I do for thee? Tell me, what hast thou in thine house? And she said, Thine handmaid have not anything in the house save a pot of oil. Then he said, Go borrow thee vessels abroad of thy neighbors, even empty vessels, borrow not a few. And when thou art come in, thou shalt shut the door upon thee and upon thy sons, and shalt pour out into all those vessels, and thou shalt set aside that which is full. So she went from him and shut the door upon her and upon her sons, who brought the vessels to her, and she poured out. And it came to pass, when the vessels were full, that she said unto her son, Bring me yet a vessel. And he said unto her, There is not a vessel more. And the oil stayed. Then she came and told the man of God, and he said, Go sell the oil and pay thy debt, and live thou and thy children of the rest. But I kind of read this story, I want to get back to the woman when she came to Elijah, and she said, thy servant, my husband, is dead. Elijah, he was a man of God, so. But those blessings, for, like I say, serving the Lord, what I'm saying? He was a servant, she said, thy servant to Elijah, but, Elijah served God, so the husband was serving God. But these blessings said, come upon you and overtake thee. So these blessings live on, and they go down to your children, on whatever you do. If you do unto the Lord, it don't never stop. The blessing of the Lord, it goes, if your kids your kids gonna get blessed. Their kids gonna get blessed. So doing for the Lord, the blessings, they go past death. Even though the husband was dead, but he's doing the will of the Lord, he still got that blessing. It continues, past death, but like I say, doing right, or serving the Lord, it's benefit. You have a full lifetime warranty, as long as you do right, and stay on the right path, and don't void your warranty, everything, He gonna look out for you. God's gonna be there for you. And with everything, and I'm gonna read one more passage, and that some in the New Testament. I'm sure y'all heard the story Also, you ain't gotta always, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna come either way it go. You know, your blessing, you know, you ain't gotta always have to say nothing, you know. We hear, you know, in the New Testament where a lot of people came to Jesus, you know, asking for to get some from him. But in this case, you know, well, I'm gonna read it. If you have your, go to St. Luke, the 13th chapter. I'm just gonna read a couple verses. The 10th verse, starting at that 10th verse, 13 and 10.
Amen.
You know, these are the work of Christ and when he was out.
Yeah. No.
Do everybody got it?
Amen.
All right, I'm gonna start reading. And he said, and he was teaching in one of the synagogues on the Sabbath.
Yeah.
And behold, there was a woman which had a spirit of infirmity 18 years and was bowed together and could in no wise lift herself up. And when Jesus saw her, he called her to him, and he said, woman, thou art loose. So in this case, you know, like I said, she was doing the work. You know, this isn't one of part. You know, and down the verses, she said, you know, she was a daughter of Abraham.
Yeah.
But see, in this case, she didn't have to ask for it. You know, it was there. You know, when Jesus saw her, you know, he told her, come here. So, like I said, that overtaking blessings, you know, God is looking out for you, looking out for us even when you're not even thinking about it. So, like I said, it's important, you know, to do that. That's a warranty, you know. God, if you do what's right, you know, just as a warranty, a full lifetime warranty. If you don't void it, God is always looking out for you. You'll never be without, you know what I'm saying? Even though she was bold 18 years, you know, but it had to come. You know what I'm saying? Her doing what the Lord for all these years, let me get to that part where she say, of course, you know, you're gonna have your haters, but when Jesus would talk to them haters, you know, they were just mad because he did it on the Sabbath and things like that. You know, he shouldn't have, you know, let me just tell you some of these people, how they responded.
Yeah.
Let's go to that 14th verse. And the ruler of the synagogue answered with indignation, because that Jesus had healed on the Sabbath day, and said unto the people, there are 6 days which men ought to work, in them therefore come and be healed, and not on the Sabbath day. The Lord then answered him and said, thou hypocrite, do not each one of you on the Sabbath day loose his ox or his ass from the stall, and lead him away to the watering? And ought not this woman, being a daughter of Abraham, whom Satan hath bound, lo, these 18 years be loosed from this bond on the Sabbath day? And when he had said these things, all his adversaries were ashamed, and all the people rejoiced for all the glorious things that were done by him. You know, it's sad, but like I say, she said she was a daughter of Abraham. She had faith. You know, but like I say, she didn't even have to ask for it, you know, because like I say, she had been living for the Lord. And like I say, get back to those guarantees, you know, if you do what the Lord say, you know, and you keep doing it, you know, all them blessings gonna overtake you. You know, when I think about overtake, you know, they coming, you don't even know when they coming. You know, and it is, like I say, you get what you got to get from the God, because anything he say, you know, it's a guarantee to it. You know, it's lifetime. You know, if you do right, you know, if you do right, or if you do wrong, you know, I kind of liken to this. You know, either way it go, you gonna have to deal with God. Either way, he gonna either be a loving father or he gonna be a judge to you. You know, David said it like this. You know, in Psalms, you know, if he said if he had made his bed in hell, God is there. So if you choose to do wrong, God's still there. So you're gonna have to deal with God either way it goes. Why not just deal with him in a good manner? You know what I'm saying? Have him got your back in every way, you know, in everywhere, everything, you know. We can't do nothing without God either way, you know. So it's good, you know, take advantage of it, you know, and serve the Lord, you know, and do what's right, you know, and please him, because that's, like I say, you got guaranteed no matter how, it may not happen, sometimes things may not happen right when you want it, but you know it's coming. If you keep serving, because he's a God of his word. You know, God is true. You know, he said if anything falls, you know, heaven and earth, pass away, but you know, his word will never pass away. His word stands like it did for that man. That lady's husband. God, that were him serving the Lord. Even though he was gone, his family still was taken care of. But like I say, serving the God, you got that's full lifetime warranty. As long as you don't avoid it, he's gonna be there for you. And that's what I have for y'all today. This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. That the Lord has made. I will rejoice. I will rejoice and be glad in it. And be glad in it. Oh, this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Anything else? Turn the rest of the service, prayer and dismissal to Assistant Pastor Denham. Everybody agree him saying this is the day that the Lord has made.
This is the day that the Lord.
Thank and praise the Lord for everything that went before the Lord. We thank and praise the Lord for that message come from Brother Freddie. The blessing of the Lord. He knows it's very important that you serve the Lord. And he said he'll bless you. And he emphasized the fact about that she'll overtake you. The blessing, you don't have to be chasing after the blessing. The blessing be chasing you. And he also brought us about that warranty. Lifetime. It everlasting. You live for God. He will bless you. He bless you in everything you set your hand to do.
That's right.
And he also was bringing out about the curses. You do. So it's important that you serve the Lord to get all the blessings, all the good things of the Lord. You don't want to receive the curses. In that same chapter, it let us know about the curses of the Lord.
That's right.
Just like the blessing, those that disobey him receive the curses of the Lord. And they say he visited the father on the iniquity of the father on the children down to the 34th generation. And we know we want to receive those blessings of the Lord. He brought out some great examples of people, that receive the blessing of the Lord. So it behooves each of us to take that in. We want the blessing. We don't want the cursing of the Lord. We're going to be serving the Lord. We know that God is in charge of everything. And we want to be on his good side. So we thank and praise the Lord.